All Things Motoring International is owned and brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. Whether you're looking to sell, need advice, need finance, or need insurance, CHANGECARS has you covered. Coming up this week on All Things Motoring International, Mike heads to the Caravan show at Gallagher Convention Center in Midrand to see what caravans and RVs are all about. And Ernest dives into the world of BMX and skateboarding at ULT.X, Africa's elite action sport fest at the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday and the regular crowd shuffles in. We're at the Gallagher estate for the Caravan and Outdoor Show. What a magnificent event, what magnificent weather, but you already knew that. All Things Motoring is on the scene. Today we're going to bring you everything outdoors, camping, caravans, you name it, we're going to bring it to you. Super excited. An incredible event like this, you can only imagine what goes into putting it together. Over 150 exhibitors, the most incredible facility, which is Gallagher Estate. We have the pleasure of speaking to the organizer. John, tell us about a show like this. What goes into putting this together?
So a show like this, it's months of planning.
I can imagine.
6 months before the show actually takes place, we roll out our sales to all of our exhibitors. Yeah. We try to get everybody on board to get their spots allocated. After that, it really just comes down to our suppliers. Our team puts everything together. It's myself, my father, my mother, and my wife.
Wow.
And then each and every one of our suppliers, our cleaners, everyone. This is in fact our 20th anniversary for our show.
Congratulations.
We started a long time ago as the Holiday Makers Expo and eventually evolved into what would be the Built Holiday Show. And now we are officially settled as the Caravan Show.
Over the weekend, what do you expect? How many people to pass through?
Look, for our past year, we saw upwards of almost 25,000 visitors.
25,000. That is incredible. The show will be on in 2025. Trust me, you want to be here. On the show, we often use the word iconic, but is there a more iconic brand in South Africa than Jurgens, or Jurgens, depending on how you want to pronounce it? If you haven't heard the name, you've been living in a cave with the light switched off. The journey for Jurgens in South Africa started in 1952 and ran for 70 years until 2022, when the owner of Quantum Leisure, Yuri Pinar, bought over the group being Gypsy, Sprite and Jurgens. But if you ask me, what is my favorite moment in the journey of Jurgens? Definitely 1973. Why 1973? Two reasons. The year I was born and the year the incredible Auto Villa on your screen right now was born. I'm a you had me at hello type of guy, and there's nothing that resonates more with me than quality. And talking of quality, the brand that is Alucab. Campbell, lovely to chat to you.
Thank you. Thanks for
Share
having
with
me.
us
Thank
this
you.
incredible special product.
Thank you. So today we got the Canopy Camper out here on display. It is one of our fleet vehicles. The Canopy Camper sits onto the back of your load bin. It's used for your most avid, your big campers. You know, the guys that are going on big trips. If you're going on a, right through Africa, nice and tried and tested
Now, when you
trip.
say guys, how many people we talk about? 25, 30 fit in there, maybe a bit less?
So I would say you can probably fit 30, but it would be a tight squeeze. No, so we sleep two at the top. I mean, a lot of the people, they put some bedding at the bottom, so you can still sleep
Right.
guys at the bottom. But we stick to two people. We've also got the Gen 3R, which is just your plain old tent.
Beautiful.
That is our clamshell roller form that sits on top of most of your vehicles. Alucab, we've been in the industry for many years now. You know, we've tried, we've tested, we've failed, and we've done what works and we've done it well. In South Africa, we fight for what we have, so we fought for the spot and we're here to stay.
Proudly South African, lovely
Thank you.
to chat to you.
Thank you so
Wishing
much.
you the very best.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Every now and again, I'm totally floored by a product. Don't know what it is, don't know what it's called, don't know where to buy it, but let me show you how it works. What do you think it is? If anybody can guess this, I will be amazed. Don't know what it's called, but I know what it does. South Africa truly is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. We have incredible national parks through all 9 provinces, but you want to hit the road, you don't have the equipment. Chatting to Stefan, tell us about what is behind us.
So we offer a wide variety of vehicles. We've got 2 brands, Maui and Brits.
Right.
Brits offers our 4x4 rentals
Yes.
throughout Namibia, Botswana, South Africa. We offer short-term rentals from 3 to 5 days.
Right.
We also offer long-term rentals as long as you want to take it. What we do supply within these vehicles is everything that you'll need to go camping. You literally just bring your food and clothes. It's
Incredible.
equipped with all the cutlery, crockery, all your recovery gear in the 4x4s. In the Maui, your bedding. The nice thing is with our vehicles, you've got an opportunity to explore regions you would not have wanted to take your vehicle. We look after the maintenance of the vehicle. Our latest vehicles are all automatic. So some of the easiest vehicles to control within difficult areas. The driver's license, you would not believe, is a normal Code 8 driver's license.
Wow.
That makes it so much more accessible to the general man.
Of course. If you don't have a driver's license, you shouldn't be on the road. Now, if I may ask costs, what are we looking at for a 3-day rental, entry level?
You're looking on an average of about 1,500 to 2,500 Rand a day,
That is
including
cheap.
insurances.
That is cheap.
And on the Brits, depending on which vehicle you take, now that's the nice thing about the Brits.
Yeah.
We offer the rooftop tents, we offer the nice navies that you see behind us.
The 2 brands we are talking about, well established, around for more than 50 years. Details on your screen right now. Stefan, thanks for chatting to us. The question I have for you, where's my vehicle?
Where's your vehicle? Pick one.
Love it.
I'll see you soon.
Coming up after the break, Ernest heads to ULT.X in Cape Town and talks to some BMX riders and skateboarders on the history of the sport and how they got into it. Are you looking to sell? Visit Change Cars and click on the Selling tab.
If you, like me, grew up in the 80s, then this is exactly where you wanted to be, a skate park. But this isn't just any skate park or any event. It's ULT.X, or previously known as Ultimate.X. This year, Suzuki is one of the sponsors, and they've graciously invited us to come check out the event. So, before we go to the finals, let's go chat to one skateboarder, one BMXer, and find out from them what drives them to be the ultimate. Let's go. I'm standing here with Kevin, monster athlete and the only person to win gold in 3 disciplines at the X Games. Kevin, we just had a chat off air and you've been a busy guy since you were 5 years old. Let's start there. Why did the dream start and how did you end up in South Africa?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. Always an honor, you know, and so special to be able to share my passion to the world. I started riding BMX with a father that grew up in Mexico riding BMX in the 80s. Older brother David and I got into BMX racing when we were young, 5 years old, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And then Victor, who was also here in Cape Town with me, joined in this incredible contest. And then along with Eddie, all 4 brothers riding BMX. You know, I had my family with me, supporting me from day one. What more can I ask for?
Yeah, that's amazing when you got the family supporting you. Your dad, a successful BMX rider himself, he's got a 10-second Honda, he's done the Baja 1000. It must be interesting to hear his perspective, and yours, of course, of how the sport's progressed since the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when he started riding BMX in the 80s, it wasn't not only not supported, but it was still very frowned upon with the communities and the culture. You know, we were considered, you know, street dogs, dirt dogs. Obviously, it's a different sport. It's not a normal sport, so there was anywhere really to ride, anywhere to train. You know, and when you have a sport so different like that, it almost pushes people away from it. But my dad definitely kept it going, kept the dream alive. He rode, he traveled all around Mexico and the whole continent of what North America is with riding BMX, you know, to what it is now. He has 4 children, 4 boys, all riding BMX. I think he's living the dream just like we are, you know, and it's such a blessing to be able to ride a bike and do this for a living.
Wow. Very cool to hear. So, one last question from me, Kevin. If you weren't doing this sport, what would you be doing, do you think?
BMX has made me a very creative person. It's called freestyle for a reason. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I've always been very creative. I've always been into art, designing, music, you know, and the whole culture of what being urban is. So, I don't know, I'd probably be doing more painting. I do a lot of painting as it is now. And now I can do some painting while I ride my bike. This is my canvas, BMX is my canvas, and so if I wasn't riding BMX, I'd probably be, you know, either running up a mountain with all the energy I got, or yeah, probably doing something in the similar lines, skateboarding, surfing, you know, anything action sports. I'm such an adrenaline junkie and I chase this, you know, daily.
We can see that, Kevin. Thanks so much for joining us. And I loved what you said about find your style. I think that's something I got to the guys out there. Finding their style, defining themselves, because as you said, anything goes. You can be whatever you want to be in this space, isn't that so?
Exactly, you know, we're all handed the same cards, you know, and we all start from zero, I would say. But I have this really important quote that I always say: God gives you a talent, and what you do with that talent is your gift to Him. So, you know, shine bright. God is the greatest. I live this life, you know, besides that, and it's incredible to have all these people out here supporting BMX and action sports, and I hope I can inspire the next generation. I really do. That's the main goal at the end of the day. So, thank you guys so much for having me.
Awesome. Awesome chatting to you, Kevin. Good luck with the competition. Your name is Kule, and you're skating on the streets of Durban at the age of 12. Kule, what happens after that?
Wow, there's a great saying. After 3 years of being relentless at it, starting as a young kid, the rest became history.
So you went pro at 15?
Yes, indeed, sir. I became a professional skateboarder at 15 years old, started when I was 12.
So why skateboarding, and what was the involvement with your family in the early days? And I'm sure you mentioned to me briefly what happened, but I'm sure later on, you know, people started coming around because now this man's making a career out of it.
Yes, indeed. So of course, I think it's coming from a previous generation based on my domestic situation of growing up in a township. They're not exposed to skateboarding and different culture. And for me, it was actually a safe haven of mine because I could easily been influenced by drugs, maybe teenage pregnancy or like some form of criminal, you know, when you're growing up in these disadvantaged communities. So I think like skating was my safe haven. And where I grew up in a township called Chesterville, there was actually a mall called the Pavilion. So that used to be like a 5K walk. So I'd just do that 5K walk.
Casual.
Keep skating, yeah. And after that, it's like, okay, this kid keeps coming around in the park. Doesn't have money, but he's like, can I sweep the park? And I think that determination showed the guys, especially at that young age. And I was focused, man. I just was working relentlessly on it. I don't blame family because at the end of the day, I think some people are just trying to protect you, but you don't know what God has planned for somebody.
There came a point in your world where this became a career. And what happened then? When did that happen?
So at 15, I started getting deals because while I was getting media like this, winning contests from the amateur division to skating with the professionals, and then of course you get the deals that allow it to expand. And yeah, it's been 15 years sponsored since.
Wow. On a day like today, what are you looking for? What are you looking to do today? Why are you here today? What do you think of the competition?
ULT.X is always a big contest, and it's one of my favorites. I've been fortunate enough to mostly always place podium, so I'm always excited to come back, you know, and they make me work harder for it each year, but I'm more truly excited. So it just means like everybody coming together, you're getting the best BMXers from planet Earth, the best local skateboarders here, and I think like this is a very good event to just showcase the talent, especially on the skateboarding sector, because skateboarding now is an Olympic sport. So we need to start having that awareness and allow the next generation. It mustn't just end with my generation.
Yeah, the sport certainly has come a long way since the streets of California many, many years ago. But when it comes to the next generation, Firstly, you got the whippersnappers on your heels. They're obviously getting better. But what does the sport do in South Africa specifically to nurture that? I see lots of skate parks popping up here and there.
So I think it depends on the city that you're based in, but Cape Town has a lot of good skate parks. I think it's more well-rounded, so shout out to the government and like the community of guys as well, because we end up creating our own DIYs. So a lot of guys, they take concrete to maybe like a place that's not being used by anybody. Instead of it being a place where people do drugs or like get robbed, we put something positive on it. So it has more of a give back and community base, because skating doesn't care about your color, your creed, what you believe in. It's more of like, okay, you got a skateboard, you got a vibe about you, you understand what we go through. We family, man.
Well, cool. I wish you and your family nothing but the best. Good luck with the competition. And we appreciate what you've done for the sport and the next generation. And we'll see more of Kool-Aid, I'm sure. I'm sitting here with Brandon. You are about to go and join the guys up there for the best trick contest in skateboarding. But Brandon, you competed at the first Olympics where skateboarding took place. What was that like?
It was quite an incredible feeling, to be honest, to represent South Africa, and it's an honor, to say the least, at the highest level of representing your country, my family, my friends, everybody that has ever made an impact on me and everybody that has given or showed me love.
Yeah.
It's been incredible, to say the least, to be able to be out there and come back and still people showing me more love, and just to continue inspiring the next generation. It's quite a treat, to say the least.
I love what you said. You've been saying that all along while we chatted offline as well. Inspiring the next generation.
Important.
Why is that important to you, and who inspired you?
To be honest with you, it came down to some of the skaters that are actually on the course right now that I'm competing with. Moses Adams and Kule Ngubane are two like key role players that now I'm still competing against them and skating with them, but they were guys that I watched and aspired to be like when I was really young. And being able to compete with them and then move above and beyond and compete internationally against the biggest names in skateboarding, it's also something that's mind-blowing. I never thought skateboarding would ever take me there.
Wow.
But for me, the key thing is inspiring the future generation, because they're hungry and they need to come through, and that's the people that we're going to pass on the legacy behind to. And if we inspire the next generation in the right way, they're going to be motivated and they're going to hold our flag high and represent the country and leave a lasting impression on the next generation as well.
Wear that green and gold with pride, kids. Brandon, I'm gonna let you go. I think you got a competition to get back to.
Yeah, I'm hearing all the noise back there. I'm like, damn, I want to get involved. But thank you so much for your time.
Awesome, bro.
Guys, stay motivated, stay hungry, and have fun. That's why we started skateboarding in the beginning. Have fun, and everything else will come. Just trust the process. Keep working hard and stay motivated. Peace and love.
As if one didn't need another reason to enjoy Cape Town, ULT.X was yet another success, and the wind didn't chase anybody away today. Congratulations to all the winners and all the competitors. You certainly did put on a good show. And for the rest of you guys out there watching, enjoy the rest of this show.
All Things Motoring would love to congratulate all the competitors for putting their bodies on the line for everyone's entertainment, and a huge congratulations to the winners. Coming up after the break, Mike is back at the Caravan show and explores more caravans and talks to the owner of Kempton Caravans. Did you know? BMX or bicycle motocross originated in California in the early 1970s. It emerged as a thrilling offshoot of motocross racing and later evolved into a distinct and popular sport in its own right. Early BMX bikes were designed to mimic the look and feel of motocross motorcycles, featuring smaller frames and knobby tires for enhanced traction on dirt tracks. BMX racing became an Olympic sport in 2008, and in 2021 BMX freestyle did too. The inclusion of BMX racing in the Olympics marked a significant milestone for the sport, garnering global attention and recognition on the world's biggest athletic stage. Are you looking to sell? Visit CHANGECARS and click on the Selling tab.
An incredible event like the Caravan Show, All Things Motoring is proud to be here, but we do not invite ourselves. We got invited by Clive. Clive, you and your family are the owners of Kempton Caravans and an incredible new brand called Outbound. But before we get to both, tell us the Caravan Show. Is this a premier event on the calendar?
Michael, to be honest with you, if you're in the industry and you're not at the show, you essentially don't exist. It's kind of like doing exercise and it's not on Strava. That's the bottom line.
Kempton Caravans started 40 plus years ago. Tell us a short story. You've got 25 minutes.
Excellent. Essentially a family business. 3 partners started it. Peter Slemon from National Luna. The existing partner is still Larry Crater, and then my mom Isabel van der Pfeiffer. 1983, so we were 40 years last year.
Congratulations.
Essentially, mom and dad's retired, but my sister B and myself are now involved. Larry's still existing partner. And yeah, still going strong, still excited about the industry. Well, Outbound, yes, it's our in-house brand. It's something that we're now looking at franchising. I think it was born out of obviously passion for the industry, listening to what people are wanting, and we decided, there's an opportunity for us to put something together to offer to the market.
Now today you get something that is pucker off-road, pucker on-road, and then something in between.
Correct.
And that is what we're sitting in.
That's exactly, well, the unit that we're sitting in is a fully fledged off-road, but the rest of the range is exactly in that middle segment. And it's the fastest growing segment in our market.
But something that is interesting, if you speak to a caravan owner that is thinking of going away from their traditional caravan to something in the middle, it's not just because of a different type of lifestyle, it's because of our roads. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So we've seen people are bringing caravans in for repairs from pothole damage. So the traditional road caravans cannot manage our roads.
Right.
Simply because of the conditions. So hence the introduction of the gravel road units, which gives people the opportunity to go off the grid, but also gives them opportunity to stay on road without having damage.
So sitting in a product like this, I don't imagine time stands still. There must be constant ongoing R&D, new products coming to market. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so essentially we launched our gravel roaders in 2021 in the form of our Cyclone BB and FB. It proved to be hugely successful and we've been overwhelmed by the response to the product. Based on the success of that, we saw a gap in the market this year for a family version, hence the launch of our now flagship unit, the Outbound Storm. That was about 6 months in development, which is an incredibly short period of time considering how much goes into the development of such a product.
I was just going to say, traditionally, what are you looking at? A year plus?
As you say, there's machining to set up, tooling, development. You need feedback from customers. There's testing involved before you can put the product out to market. Yeah, so you need time.
So what is very, very clear, we are sitting in an incredible product. Clive and his family, you are absolutely passionate. You said something to me earlier, you still feel young, you still look young.
Thank you.
Here's to the next 50 years.
Thank you.
Wishing you and the team the very best.
I appreciate
If you're
that.
looking for an incredible product, right now on your screen, you'll see Outbound's web address. Contact them, you will not be disappointed. Picture the scene, rural France in the 1960s. Tell me that this does not look like a little caravan, trailer, camper, you name it, that should be pulled by Citroën 2CV. Am I smitten? I am. Today I'm sitting in one of the most incredible golf carts I've ever seen. Chris, tell us about this beauty.
Yeah, so this is a Moby G estate version. It's a 4-seater, some special features on it. The golf cart, all seats face forward, safety reasons. For smaller kids, they can't fall out when the parents drive away, and it's more sociable. It's the only golf cart that's designed and made in South Africa.
Wow. So something like this, what are we looking at in terms of pricing, features, all electric, I imagine?
All electric, comes standard with a lithium battery. It's got a 5-year guarantee on the battery. All parts are fiberglass. It's got a solid hot dip galvanized chassis,
Right.
which is unbelievable for coastal areas. Other unique features, LED lights. We can do an indicator horn kit. We even do a solar panel on the roof.
What are we looking at here, pricing?
200,000 Rand, including our VAT.
If anybody tells you they can buy a brand new 4-seater golf cart for 200,000 Rand, they're kind of lying, unless they're dealing with Moby G. Some products are bordering on superb, The product behind me isn't bordering on it, it is superb. At All Things Motoring, we take great pride in showcasing our beautiful country, our beautiful people, and the incredible products on offer. Today at Gallagher State Caravan Show, wow, wow, and wow again. The amount of incredible companies on display, over 150 exhibitors that are exhibiting world-class products fit for export to Australia, to New Zealand, Europe, Canada, the US, you name it. What else did we learn today? We learned that there's so many more shows to do like this, and we're going to bring it to you.
Coming up next week on All Things Motoring International, Ernest attends the George Old Car Show, and Mike visits Bike Shop Rivonia in Santon and talks all things bikes. This is a show that features 2 wheels and 4.
Valjalo, we got it tatted in case we lose our arms. Somebody knows who to return it to, but
This is what you fantasized about every single day. A whale.
What happens when you're in the bush? You need something to stop it. Mark Medicina. But sometimes Mark Medicina won't work, and then you need film. Move out of my way, guys. My ball's in the rough. I need to go get it.
Do you need any motoring advice? From where or what to buy and where to sell? Visit the All Things Motoring International website and click the Advice tab to ask Mikey.